Yo. This is the All the Smoke podcast. I'm your host, Tommy Guns. I got my co-host with me. Let them know who you is.
Slide Dizzle, the champ. What's going on?
Man, shit. How you the champ?
Yeah, Let me see. Thought you was ready.
Okay. Just making sure.
That
Just
nigga in the fight had to go get his gloves.
I'll be right back. Anyway, I got Sly with me. What's your name, boy? Smooth in this
Mark
bitch.
Smooth, aka Smooth. Slide Smooth with the Tommy.
You already know what it is.
Smooth with the Tommy.
And you know we here to talk about what we just witnessed past Tuesday. That was a beautiful start to a beautiful summer, to a beautiful season. This is about to be crazy, man. These were good battles, man. Overall, before we get into them, how do y'all feel about the night? You wasn't there, Slide. Let me talk to the nigga that was there first.
I'm gonna be honest. I've been geeked about some battles, but I ain't never been more happier about no other card than this card.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even really explain why. I was just happy. When I left out the parking lot, I didn't come hang with everybody. I went to fuck home so I could
watch the battles.
I really came home and watched the battle. And got high and watched the battle again. And
Man, all the smoke.
And watched it again. I watched it like 3 times that night. Pieces just and oh man, it's Sean. But yeah, I watched the battle.
Man. So anyway, forgive me, but yeah, it was a wonderful night. Now you watched it at home, so you know on cam, how did it feel? Just in general.
It was exciting.
Mm-hmm.
To see the people that we had going against each other. It's always good when both sides is good and you really don't know the outcome. That's when you know it's a good battle.
That's a fact. It was in the building. It was very entertaining. It seemed like there was, I don't know. It's beautiful when you go back and watch it on cam. You see what you couldn't see. I was holding the cam, so my whole focus was on just making sure the shots was right. I couldn't even look at deductions. Benny G actually came up to me and actually was like, you know that was 2-0, right? I'm like, I don't know that.
We don't know nothing.
I'm holding the camera, so like I don't know. So, but watching it back, we saw. But we're gonna start from the bottom and work our way to the top, man. First off, we had Dion versus Perry. This was a great battle. It started off good. Actually, it kind of didn't start off good. As soon as the horn goes off, Jeremy hits the ground.
You said Dion versus Perry.
I said Dion versus Perry. Dion versus Jeremy. Forgive me if I fucked that up. Dion versus Jeremy. Now, as soon as the horn goes off, Jeremy falls immediately, and it's like, that's it.
For the camera.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. So what from there you have a lot of catching up to do. You started off against all odds. You know what I mean? If your hand touches the ground, that is a KD. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The only exception is if you were fouled to make your hand touch the ground. Other than that, if it's all your fault, it's all your fault. It's that simple. So really, that's kind of how we got the first round. We looked, but there wasn't much to look at in the first round. Second round, pretty much Dion wins the first round just by that clearly. Now, before we get into the second round, on the first round, basically, Jeremy also did a spin that took 2 counts to make the spin, to complete the spin. Now, we're going to give some clarity to this because we talk about sprawls, doubles, fouls, but this is kind of the end all be all of a lot of these calls, and that is going to be a travel, and we're going to break that down. It's a travel because it took 2 counts to hit 1 spin, meaning he didn't hit his stride, right. And then when he came out, he was on the wrong foot, so the move itself was the travel. So we're going to be getting more clarity with that because that was neither a sprawl or a double. That was a travel in itself, and a travel is a lack of stride. It means you didn't hit the stride in general. Whether you were, no matter what was going on, this is the general call for that. Moving forward, the second round, Dion pretty much kind of keeps it going. I forget exactly how it went. But I believe that we did have Dion going in the second round, winning the second round. And damn, what was it? Oh yeah, he won two. He won. Forgive me, y'all. He won 2-3 is what it was. He won the first round by default because of the KD. He won the second round by points. There was still more deductions on Jeremy's side. And then I will say this: in the third round, Jeremy ate him alive for real, for real. He broke twice. He broke he broke Dion twice. Sprawling. You really did your thing in the third round, Jeremy. But on a 2-3 scale, you did lose this battle. This was kind of an upset. We all kind of edged Jeremy in this battle, but at the same time, Jeremy, you fell initially as soon as the battle started. So if that hadn't happened, we would be going back to the drawing board right now. 2-3 to Dion. How you feel about that first one?
Definitely Dion 2-1. I felt like Jeremy did a great. They both did a great job, but Jeremy just kind of beat himself for the fall at the beginning. And then two, just like he did some sprawling, but the third round was his best round. I applauded Jeremy for that third round.
I would say look at what you did in that third round and see where you took off for real.
Dion, brother, you did a good job. Just focus on a little bit more energy. You know what I mean, as far as your stepping. Also, don't ever look at a man's feet. Because I feel like I seen you looking at Jeremy's feet at one point in time, too.
It's like watching the clock.
You know what I mean? So the feet is the play. When you look at someone's feet is what will get you crossed up. You know, so other than that, you did a great job. And I'll say keep learning, bro.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah, you on his leadership side, I didn't see much pressure being put on Jeremy. And like you said, that's really what it was. Jeremy kind of defeated himself in his battle. And it's like by the third round, he got on his game for real. The spin he was trying to hit all those rounds, he landed it clean in the third round.
Don't do something you ain't got mastered.
Or,
in a competition.
At least practice it.
Practice that shit while we skating. Don't do that shit in the competition.
I mean, and if you
could
do,
have had money up and lost just because
it's going to count against you. Do it, and it's going to count against you.
I mean, y'all know game time is game time, y'all. Game time is game time.
If you don't dunk in the gym, if you don't dunk in practice, don't try to dunk in the game.
Yeah, and then you want to the coach going to sit your ass down like Brian never seen you dunk before. Sit your ass down, straight up. With deliberation of first battle, smooth.
That was.
There it is.
Nah, but I pretty much I don't really got too much to say about
this
that.
Is true.
I agree with both of what y'all said. Y'all pretty much covered it without me wasting time on it. I could be a little bit more detailed, but it'll still be saying the same thing.
Self-explanatory.
Yeah, they just both of y'all work on y'all's craft. You know what I mean? Get a little better. Look at the video. Watch these videos. He posts them up for free. He don't charge you nothing for them. You can watch his videos and get better.
This is a
fact.
fact.
Watch his videos and watch yourself and get better.
This is a fact.
Learn what you did wrong. Come back in here and then bet somebody some money.
Play the tapes.
Shout out to Deshaun for talking that money shit.
You know, that's his boy. It's like, nah.
We talk that money shit,
right,
but it changed the game. The thing about it is, when you gambling, it don't matter how much better you are than me. When you gambling, your blood pump a different way.
This is true.
So that can either make you better or worse. People like me and Deshaun, we do this on a regular. We gamble on a regular. So we don't get nervous
when
our money on the line. Yeah, we watching you get nervous. We watching you deflect. I mean,
fall back.
Yeah, deteriorate pretty much.
Yeah, there it is. We all watch now. We all came up with our own deliberation on these battles too. We come to a clarification on what we understand about what we saw, but we're still judging for ourselves what we've seen individually. And we all did come to a 2-1 Dion. Moving forward, Perry, JoJo. This was an amazing battle. This is an amazing battle. Oh yeah, and I ain't gonna lie. This is one thing I didn't say. We are going to talk about. We're going to talk about what happened, and we're going to talk about what didn't happen. you know what I'm saying. And that's probably one of the big.
What didn't happen was JoJo didn't cut that nigga head off.
We ain't
like I
even,
wanted.
we ain't even want. I got a whole nother thing that I'm talking about with that, but there's a whole nother thing that didn't happen that was supposed to happen.
Oh,
We're going to talk about that.
yeah.
I forgot what I forgot about. Anyway, so JoJo Perry, this was a great battle. Like I said, JoJo was doing things that we're going to not let happen from this day forward. Before I get into the round for round that I delivered, that I judged, the horn went off. Okay, Perry at the bottom of the first. I'm cool for now. At the bottom of the first, Perry went when Perry went for leader. JoJo, no, this is actually the top of the second. Forgive me. He went to go take his jacket off and had to catch up with Perry. This was after the horn went off. Now, once the horn goes off, I'm looking at everything that I've seen on cam. Everything that I see after the horn goes off. So, in this is not going to happen again because I'm going to deduct this from here on out. All right. So that was one thing that was excluded that he did. Another thing is he stepped outside the boundaries of the people. Now, clarity, we do have 3 rings. He didn't step outside of the 3 rings. And we're going to do our best to make sure that people respect the boundaries. We're using 3 rings when we do these battles. If you go out east to the Mecca, you will see the 3 rings. And you will know exactly where to go. You will know exactly where the boundaries are. Now, you're supposed to be making an oval out of the 3 rings. So if we need people to move back, we need you to respect the boundaries so that the battlers know exactly where to be, where they can and can't go. So with those exclusions in the first round, I mean, JoJo, you was y'all sound crazy through these motherfuckers. What was I about to say? The first round, JoJo, you was just jabbing the shit out of him for real. You was jabbing the shit out of Perry. He was just standing still. Now standing still, you can call it, that was a sprawl, but just like I said, a sprawl is the same thing as a travel. It's a stride not landed. So while JoJo is striding in place and moving around, Perry is just standing there for counts. And all of those are deductions that he is not hitting his stride. But with all of that said, with all of these jabs that JoJo made, he ended all of these jabs by touching the ground himself with no interference. So that resulted in a KD, which gave the round to Perry. You can be as great as you want to be. If you make one big mistake, that will cost you.
Cost you. If you hanging off a cliff and you let that middle finger go, that's gonna make the difference.
It's a wrap, man. It's a wrap, and we're saying this because we want you to respect the rules. Everything you practice, keep it in practice. Everything you want to do in the match, do it in the match. This is what we were saying about Jeremy. This is what we kind of saying about JoJo. Now that was the first round. We gave that to Perry, and basically JoJo kind of took it from here. Perry, what was it in the second? Perry lost the third because he got KD in the third, and he did the same thing. He self-checked himself and touched the ground. Now, on top of that, there were things that happened in the round, but all in all, Perry's energy was down after he KD'd himself.
It's like his soul was slowly leaving.
And he was like, man, I already know I lost this shit. And
he
then
did a Ray Sean back in 2017, 16.
Like slide. We're gonna move forward.
What year was that, Sly? You got it written down.
Hey, Streeter coming soon, aka DJ Butter coming soon.
DJ Butter, shout out.
Coming soon.
I want to hear that. I've been waiting on you since last year.
You helping out the fly. You helping out the flyers. You helping out the promos right now. You helping him out. Help him out. Help him out. You let him eat. Let him eat.
Yeah,
now, all right.
Stall him out.
I believe we gave Perry the second round. We gave Perry the second round. Based off of what he did. No. Forgive me. JoJo took the second as well. It was a 2-3 JoJo. JoJo lost the first, won the second, and Perry KD'd himself the third. Now in the
JoJo could have got. I'm sorry, my bad. Real quick. JoJo, you could have got a clear 3-0. It was on you that you didn't.
All them jabs that you did in the first round would have got you the
tearing
round.
his ass up. Pause. But you was fucking him up, bro. You was fucking him up. It was just it was the things that you did wrong, not nothing you did right. It was the things that you did wrong, and that's the point that he was making when he said, "We don't look at all the good shit you do. We waiting for you to fuck up."
That's exactly
as bad
it.
as it sound. That's what we banking off of. If we had to give one of y'all $10,000 off this battle, we waiting for y'all to fuck up.
That's it.
I don't give a fuck that you did a backflip 2 times and landed on beat.
That was great.
I want to see if you made that next stride after you did all of that.
Exactly. You ever, in basketball, a nigga crossed the fuck out of somebody, drove to the hole and missed a layup. Who the fuck cares about the crossover?
Care no more.
Who cares about the crossover?
It ain't no and one.
A gymnast does a triple backflip, triple twist, triple thing, and falls. How much do you care about it?
Everybody can fall.
Everybody. And everybody can try to do something amazing. Only certain people can. But that's the point. 2-1 JoJo. How you feel about that battle?
I'm in agreement of that. Like I said, Perry, my brother,
My spit don't work no more.
and just focus on slowing down, man. Take your time a little bit more.
Control is key.
You know what I mean? Just control your feet a little bit more. Don't be afraid to pick them up either. Try not to make a bad habit of swaying your feet when you step, because you swing your feet a little bit, and that kind of hinders you from opening up moves. But we're not gonna get deep out. But at the end of the day, you did a great job, though, bro. JoJo, great job, but don't let go so soon.
That's a fact.
Don't let go so soon.
That's a fact.
So
you kind of got to
what I'm
keep
saying
Break me down
is,
to what you mean by don't
even
let
when
go.
you see your opponent mess up and you feel like that you already gonna win, still act like you losing.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean?
And it's
Still
sports-
pay attention
it's
to your
sportsmanship, too.
rules. Still pay attention to all of that and dominate the whole entire round. Don't just get silly a little bit. You did get a little silly, which is all up. But after you seen his mistake, you decided to let go a little bit. Don't let go so soon, bro.
And this is I'm gonna make this clear too. This is something that, as we go, this is going to keep evolving. Like we've said that KD is like, oh yeah, that's the round, and all you have to do is KD him back. But we have to take into consideration what he's talking about.
It ain't over till the fat lady sing.
With that being said, a KD is actually going to have a point structure to it. A KD is going to be 10 points, a 10 point deduction. Because, okay, Perry fell in the first round. Does that mean that JoJo literally doesn't have to skate because he doesn't touch the ground? That's not the case. So we have to make sure you're maintaining and respecting the rules. Now, obviously, sprawls, doubles, breaks, you're going to have to get that to equate to a KD now. But at the same time, that's going to keep the structure and respect of the round and the integrity of the round. We're not going to just let you get lackadaisy because somebody gets knocked out. So
I just don't want y'all to get the impression that a person can't come back, because a person can definitely come back.
and that's my point too.
You know what I mean? So
That's why it's always
That's
take
what
it
it is.
always take it serious. I'm cool. He got all types of snacks over here.
come on, but it got something in between, like gush in between. Oh, I'll take this.
Take the fruity pebble. Let me get that fruity pebble. How you Smooth Mark JoJo Perry. JoJo Perry.
Great fucking battle. Fire. Like I said, JoJo, I was expecting a 3-0 from JoJo. Not taking nothing away from Perry, but just knowing what JoJo actually got. He showed what he actually got, but he didn't follow instructions like he was supposed to. So if I was giving out $10,000 for this battle, I still would have gave it to him, but you would have almost lost that money because of the things that you didn't do right.
And those deductions in the second, those would have cost you a round too. Actually, I had it at a draw considering all of these small
if we would have
things.
considered all those things you did, that would have been a draw. We would have had it a draw.
It's that
But
simple.
because
we didn't clarify
the
these
difference
things.
of opinions, the difference of the clarification of it, the fact that I gave you I gave in my mind, this wasn't on paper, I gave you extra points because you used your environment. And the fact that you didn't go outside of everything to use your environment because the environment was kind of in the way a little bit, just a little bit.
Yeah, people didn't know what they was doing. People,
But you also didn't try to do a chase run from him. You didn't make him chase you. You didn't try to find a cut where he just rubbed off. You gave him the same lane that you had. You gave him opportunity to be able to make that cut with you. Show me what you got with me. So I respected that. But when we sat down and talked about it, we all sat down and made it make sense. Like, it's too hard to try to judge that. And then how many other people that can't do that as good as you did? How many other people are going to try that? And then we got to sit down and try to judge that.
Right, everybody's trying to go
and they
out-
might have money on it on the battle. So we just going to make it where we not going to play that game.
No going out of
It's a
bounds.
thin line between love and hate with that one. But personally, outside of the battle, that shit was fire, bro. Shit was fire. It was crispy. Good job. Good win.
JoJo versus Mark Rob balloon battle.
Win. Win.
With this obstacle talk, that's all I'm saying. But yeah, I already know.
Let's do it. Let's do this. It's just a brainstorm.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make the winners of each one of your battles.
That donut was like sex.
He said that on mic. He said that on cam, y'all.
Sorry.
He said it
We
on
gonna
cam.
keep that. If they roast you, they gonna roast you.
This is clean.
This American Pie ass nigga.
It's a fact.
Ooh, that was fire. But look, I was about to say, where was I going with that?
You was
said
imagining-
brainstorm.
you was
said
brainstorming something.
That
about
if
the idea for the balloon.
So, Don't Touch the Balloons should be a top shelf game because it goes back to the originated form of what
It's
we
kind of
do,
an all-star
the
thing.
break off, an all-star thing. So only the winners of these other battles even get to participate to the Don't Touch the Balloons.
You gotta be on.
And
the
I'm
right
involved in the
Games,
Don't
kinda
Touch the
like an
Balloons.
exterior
I'm the end game to the Don't
X
Touch the
game
Balloons.
type.
And we will have
That's
prizes
weird.
for this.
That's kind of, I ain't gonna lie, that's kind of
We will have prizes for the Don't Touch the Balloons.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for this shit.
Yeah, every time I say don't touch the balloons,
Come see me.
He gets excited.
I'm the end game.
He gets
You know
excited.
what? Never mind.
Make it there.
Off camera.
Cool. I believe that was it.
These niggas drunk that goddamn donut.
Yeah. All right.
Swallow the
That's the best
pulse.
one.
We getting low. Benny G Tech.
Tech, I love you, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you go first because you
I
went
love you,
last. Go ahead.
I love you, bro.
I love you too,
I
Sean.
love you, bro.
Shit.
Sorry, y'all. Tech, technically, you would have had it in the bag. Physically, you wasn't prepared. You don't come striding with your shoes open like you about to do that JB stuff. You wasn't prepared, bro. You came with boxing gloves, but you didn't have no wrist wraps. You came with a helmet with no pads in it. You came with your skates with 7 wheels.
He said ham, no burger.
You trained to swing, not to block.
Ham, no burger.
No questions asked.
Kool-Aid, no sugar.
I didn't think that was gonna go that way.
None
So
of
if a
it.
motherfucker would have asked me to put some money up, I'd have bet whatever. You already know how I get down. I'd have bet whatever they said, and I'd have added some extras, and I'd have had it on you. I would have never thought. So, even with that being said, great fucking job.
Great sport.
Great sport for even being involved. Thank you, bro, for even being involved. Thank you, bro, for not being scared. Show these young men, ain't nothing to be scared of. We gonna
Niggas that
talk our
stride
shit.
every
We gonna
day.
have our fun. We gonna make our jokes. But at the end of the day, it's all love. What you just
End of the
did, you
day.
just showed them. So the fuck what?
Nigga, we here to
Need
learn.
I say
Oh,
more?
God, bro.
You showed them. So the fuck what?
You're still an example. Still.
You're a big example. What happened?
No pun
You're a
intended.
big example. I would give you a crown for just being a big example. You took it on the chin. You got hit on the chin and took it on the chin. Good shit.
And you took it like a G.
Good shit, brother.
Go on next, you
I respect the fact that you wasn't scared to put your money up. You already know how I get down. I love that battle. You lost, but I love that battle. I don't even. I wish it would have been a tie or something, so I can have more stuff to say.
It's a
But
fact.
I gotta say it. You lost.
All right, give the clarity. Give the Benny G clarity. Give the Benny G clarity real quick before he gets his deliberation.
Benny G, crispy. Salute to you. I'm glad to know you now. I'm glad to see you better than I thought. I'm glad to see that you want to be involved in what we're doing and having fun. I don't know who's showing you. I heard Phil is on your ass with
CCP.
it. He doing a good job. Whoever else helping you out, they doing a good job. They obviously telling you something right. Because I was looking at shit that you don't just learn, somebody got to actually tell you or actually show you. And you was doing that stuff. Them little, what I teach people is when they striding, how to cut down that half a second by, instead of going like this, just go quick, wow, quick, or just doing it halfway, bam, halfway, and then coming back. You can still be on beat with that. That cuts down the whole second and a half, and you still stand. Yeah, I was watching you, bro. Good job.
I was speaking more on where the correction was needed. It's because everybody needs to know about this correction.
It's gonna take, with me, it's gonna take a little.
Touche.
I don't want to cut the time.
You right.
All
right. So with basically,
I don't know how to shorten that up.
I agree.
So, I'll say it like this. Come get with me privately. We don't got to do this one like this. Come get with me privately, and I'll sharpen your sword a little bit. I don't want to overtake whoever got you, to where you at. But I'll sharpen your sword a little bit. I'll tell you some little things. I'll give you some little tips. I'll tell you what I see in you and what I don't. If that'll help you. Free game.
When you see us, and this is for everybody, not including Benny G. This is including everybody. When you see Mark Rob, when you see me, we are the officials of what's going on in that ring. There's nobody else that can tell you what's going on in that ring besides us.
My bad. You should. Yeah. Let me speak on that too.
Nah, I got it. It's cool.
Okay.
It's cool.
I forgot all about it. I should have. I kind of, in a sense, thought that was a private thing because of how it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you right. That needs to be said. So.
If there's anything going on, determination of who wins, who loses, the rounds, all of that is determined by us. There's nobody that's going to make the decision. There's nobody you can ask to say, did I do this, did I do that, except for us. So we asking everybody to have that same respect when we're out there. I'm not going to go into exactly what happened, but you watched the battle. I mean, he actually asked me, it was 2-0, and he was under
the battle was still going.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't know because I'm filming right now. And that's it. So
we don't stop the production because of how you feel about it.
And Benny stopped it on his own and just kind of went on his own. Now with me, I've already talked to Benny. Mark Rob has already talked to Benny, and Benny is straight. But this is, again, a lot of this that we're talking about is for future battles, future setups, future events. That the respect is there so we can have fun. This is not a game, but we are going to have some fun. We have to make sure that that we have this thing seriously. It has to be serious before we can enjoy it. No matter what game you play, you must learn the rules to enjoy the game. That is how the game works. It only works if there is something to be within. And if you're without that, it's not even a game. That's why kids argue, because they're playing a different game than this person, and they're making the rules, and they're making the rules. So this is one thing we have to make clear. Now, finally, with the last bit of...
I'm going to say my last thing on that.
Mm-hmm.
I always say I say it maybe every other video. Y'all don't have to worry about trust with us. Y'all sit here and watch us debate with each other. So we not sitting here as a pack before we turn the video on and say, okay, this is who we agree on. Fuck that. This is our best friend. We don't do that. Yeah, we don't even have those conversations. We realize the reason why each individual person is here is because each individual person can debate, argue, or disagree with each other and not have an emotional feel about it and not change how we feel about it.
And we all have different opinions.
We all have different opinions, and they're all strong. That's why we're here at this table. We're top dogs for a reason. We'll never cheat you. We'll never do it another way that you see fit, because then that gives somebody else a right to tell us how they see fit. So now if you got 100 people watching, now we got to give 98 more people a chance to tell us how they see fit. That's unfair to somebody somewhere. So we keep it right here. It don't matter who you ask, who you go to, and all respect to you, because you showed the respect back. But it was it was a little crazy at the time. We never gonna go around and ask nobody what they think. We don't need to do that. No disrespect to nobody that's sitting around watching. Not like their opinion don't count. Their opinion do count. When we talking about this judge table, it's a different lane. It's a whole different lane, and we're going to show respect, and it's going to be respected.
Bang. All right.
No biasness.
That is our time. I'm glad everybody came out. I'm glad I appreciate everybody watching these podcasts, watching these videos, showing up to the Mecca, USA East. And all right, next battle, we got a date. We're going to be announcing the card. June 27th. It's going down. Make sure you there. Make sure you roll up.